Hey team, today we're breaking down the mover blocker offense. A motion offense has been played at every level and made popular by Coach Dick Bennett and Tony Bennett, who was the coach for the Virginia Cavaliers. This offense is a true motion offense, which means that there are endless possibilities, making it hard to document every play. However, in this video, we're going to cover the most popular ways the offense maintains continuity and gets players open. Getting into it, there are two parts to the mover blocker offense: the blockers and the movers. Blockers are on each side of the floor. The mover blocker offense has 5 ways it can be played based on rules for the blockers. For this version, we're keeping them on their sides, playing in the lane lines and giving them the ability to ball screen wherever needed to keep it simple. Blockers are the ones setting screens, doing their best to get the movers open. Generally, the blockers always mirror each other. If one is high, the other is low. Yes, the other three are the movers. They conduct the movement of the blockers to create plays and get open. This is not a patterned offense. However, teams have actions they prefer to run out of the offense. The most common action is the circle action, which utilizes a flare screen and a pin screen combo. The three movers cut and fill while maintaining top, side, side balance. They can move and fill as long as they maintain that balance. Getting the ball to the center of the court is key because the ball handler can see both screening actions. There are a few ways to get into the initial alignment and start the offense. One of the most popular is the diamond formation. On the screen, you can see how the players line up like a diamond. If player 3 pops out to the right, player 1 will come off a flare screen from player 4. Player 5 will set a down screen for player 2. Player 3 will dribble over to get an angle to make the pass to player 1 and create space for player 2 coming off the down screen. When playing off the flare screen, the defender you read first is your defender. If the defender goes over the top and is trailing, curl the screen and get a layup. If the defender gets caught up, fade off the flare for a shot. If you fade off the flare and the defense recovers, the blocker can ball screen and play a two-man game. If you go off the flare and the defender beats you over the screen, you can have a rescreen. This gives you the ability to pop out for a shot, play a two-man game, or create an advantage to get to the hoop. Make sure to teach fading off the rescreen. Most good defensive teams will try to shoot the gap to recover from the rescreen. Now, let's talk about the blocker setting exit and down screens. Exit screens are great for a specific set in the mover blocker offense or when there is a rescreen from the flare. This helps create more space for the rescreen and also creates space for player 2 if they need to go isolation. When setting down screens in this offense, it is just as effective as the flare. Coming off the screen, make sure to read your defender first. The defender shoots the gap, fade off the screen, or go right behind the screen for a shot. If the defender trails, curl. It's also a highly effective way to get into a two-man game playing out of ball screens. It is also effective for blockers to get post-ups because most players help off the blocker to make sure the cutter coming off the screen does not get a shot. This can lead to switches or a defender being out of position to be sealed. The continuity of the mover blocker offense can go either way. Circle action can go counterclockwise or clockwise. One of the most common ways that the circle action changes directions is by the rescreen. As you can see, that player 1 comes off the screen of 4, 4 then rescreens, so player 1 comes off the pin, changing direction of the continuity. Player 2 then comes off player 5, player 3 cuts around to come off the pin down of player 4. With so much off-ball action in the mover blocker offense, cuts and slips are perfect opportunities to score. On the rescreen from player 5, the defender cuts off player 3. Perfect opportunity to back cut, get a layup. A good opportunity to slip is for off the rescreen. 2 players go with player 3, player 5 goes straight to the hoop, easy layup. Another opportunity for an effective slip is off just a regular pin. Two players go with player two. Player four cuts to the basket. Layup. An effective play that happens is coming off the pin. Player two comes off, gets a catch. Two players go with the cutter. Player two passes to player four for the score. Another common one is the flare slip. Two go with player three. Five's able to dive straight to the hoop for a bucket. In the continuity offense, if you can't get a catch, just keep going. There's no reason to panic. You can have two players just go around in a circle over and over again until they get an advantage and get a catch. You can also pass to a blocker and play a two-man game where you can ball screen, or you can do a handoff and play it out of the two-man game. I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure you subscribe and check the description for more information. Please leave a comment if there's any videos or things that you have questions on about the mover blocker offense or what you would like to see in the future. Thanks, team.
Virginia's pace. Diakite having a nice night.